Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a fine, warm, and happy Monday to you. It's the greatest show on earth. I've been pumping this up unnecessarily for the last 4 weeks, and I just think it feels good. It sits right with me. This show's awesome. I'm Sean Plott.
Bill Grainer.
And I'm Sean Bouchard.
This is Mostly Walking. We're going to continue to play the game whose intro screen is this. Space Quest 4. Space Quest 4. Now, before we get into this, Bill, I understand you want to talk to me about gurning?
Gurnards?
Gurnerds.
Can you,
what does that mean?
It's pretty early for this, I know, but can you bring up a... Gurnards. Can you bring up a... Is there any way you can put a GIF on the screen? Or is that really...
Yeah.
That might not...
I can get it up. What do you want the GIF to be?
Let's look. Gurnards GIF. G-E-R-N...
G-E-R.
Wait. Gurnard.
So I've gotten to G-E-R, and then
It might be G-U-R.
G-U-R-N-U-R.
G-U-R-N-A-R-D.
Yeah.
Gurnard fish.
GIF.
GIF.
Do you want
No,
the...
I'm just not seeing the one that I saw before.
I mean, if you go to
here,
Jiffy, it actually has a variety of Gurnard GIFs. Like, there's one of a Gurnard walking like this. Is this what you want to... Is this what you'd like to share with the class today?
Yeah, I mean, what I want is, and I don't want to take up too much time here on this, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to get off on a tangent here.
Like, hey, we're here. Before we start,
Gurnard.
do
Oh
you...
my God,
and how's it
it's
spelled?
walking.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's right. So I've looked up Gurnard. I have a collection of Gurnard GIFs here. What should we do with them?
Well, what I wanted to let you know is, I don't talk about this a lot, but my middle name is actually Bernard. So,
Wait, like not Bernard? You're not William Bernard Grainer?
No, it's Bernard. So when I saw
oh my God,
Gurnard, I thought, William Bernard Grainer, Gurnard.
You
I'm related to these.
Oh my God!
But,
yeah, no. Like, I mean, there's some expert, high quality GIF makers in the chat who could very likely Photoshop your face onto a Gurnard, and call it Bill Bernard would be the caption.
Bill Bernard.
We have the concept. We have the caption. We just need the art.
There's another reason though, and this is maybe Sean Bouchard can talk to us a little bit while I find this. There is one GIF that I want to show you.
Okay.
That here no I found it, a group of flying Gurnards.
Okay.
Because I thought this looked like a StarCraft strategy.
Okay, so should I Google this? Like, you have to tell me what to Google because
here, let me. I'm gonna send it to you.
But I can't even open it.
You can't open the secret chat.
You've literally broken the entire show doing what you're doing right now. Bill.
Yeah.
What?
Bill, you need to describe. You got to back it up. You started with Gurnards, and then we lost our Bernard. He's back though.
Yeah.
What? How did that break it? What
Stop doing that. No, it's trying to seize control of the camera, so it's shutting off the camera on this application. Bill, you verbally explained to me, like we're ancient, exactly how to locate this GIF.
Shit.
Okay.
Well.
Okay.
I can tell you the URL, but
that's great.
It has like URL? A 10-digit number at the end.
Okay, cool. So HTTP is it S? Is it secure?
It's HTTPS.
://
Twitter.com. /planet. And then the letter E, and then Pix.
PIX.
Like Planet Epics, yeah. PICS.
PICS.
/status.
/status, okay.
/9730.
9730.
4600.
4600.
2415.
2415.
55856.
86.
57.
57.
Enter.
Enter. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's get this up here.
You seeing some Gurnards?
Yeah. Now here's going to be my favorite part of this. See, here's the game, but that's not what we want. So we
it's
pop
not
the
what
game out, and this is. And you'll notice
Some
that
flying
we
Gurnards.
we also actually have Gurnard GIFs as another tab here.
Yeah.
Look at him go.
So what I want to know is if you were in a game of StarCraft 3 and your opponent went full Gurnards,
Yeah.
what's a good counter for that?
Listen. I know the answer. The answer is that Immortals are just a really good unit right now. And even against light armored units, you should probably be building Immortals no matter what. And so, I mean, I think I would countermask Gurnard by just having good sentry force shield placement with Immortals. So
That sounds right to me. No, definitely.
yeah.
All right, good. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to check.
Well, that's great. Well, I think that now that we've seen that through to the end, I'd like to welcome all of you back because Bill and Sean are both here this week. 3 weeks ago is the last time we were all here together, and then Sean was gone, so it was me and Bill. And then Bill, you said that you couldn't make it, and for some reason I concluded that GDC was this week, or was last week.
It was last week.
So it's like Bill's at GDC.
We're going on 3 weeks of GDC, I think.
Yeah.
3 weeks. Yeah, that's right. It's getting longer every year, I think. Right?
And so we're reunited. I'm gonna hope that we can beat Space Quest 4 today. Bill will be sharing you the progress update. We won't be doing a show next week because of GDC. And because Mostly Walking is changing times, we're not going to be Mostly Walking Mondays anymore. We're not. We are not. We're going to be Mostly Walking Thursdays from 7 to 9. Now, that doesn't have any sort of alliterative properties, so maybe all the viewership is gone. They're gone. It's on Thursday.
Wait, shit. Was this an alliteration-based viewership?
Yes.
I didn't even realize. That's going to be a problem.
So this week we're doing it on Monday. Next week there's nothing, and the week after that, Mostly Walking Thursdays.
Yeah.
We could change it to Mostly Thawking Thursdays. That's what we could do, and we could instead of walking, or we could just thawk up.
I'm a big fan of. We used to have this thing at Braddock where we called it Thirsty Nights.
Okay.
Yeah. So we call the show.
This is a small format change. Is that what you're proposing?
Where is
Thirsty Nights?
Yeah. Well, see, I like this because we can drink just something hydrating that evening.
Yeah.
And everyone who looks up and admires us in chat is a thirsty night.
Thirsty night. Oh yeah, that is
Thursday
good.
nights.
Are you sure you want to restart? Yeah, let me unmute the clowns. Let me show you where we are, Bill. Bill, we didn't do anything.
It's gonna look pretty familiar.
Bill. Okay. You remember this area, Bill?
Oh God, yeah.
Now it's louder than I remember. I gotta turn this.
Yeah,
thing down.
what is that? Is a there's like a very weird thrumming that I do not recall.
It's because of Hurts So Good has the.
Oh, it does hurt so good.
Oh, of course.
Very strange thrumming which I do not recall.
So, Bill, I wanna walk you through a little bit of what we did, and I learned that this is a good technique because this is what I did with Sean in order to catch him up. We're gonna go kind of historically through some of the saves. You'll notice that the game takes a little bit of time to get through there. Okay.
Manhold Part 2, Man Holier Than Thou is still the best title.
Yeah, I mean, like, Sheriff, did you... Okay, so the door is cracked, and Sheriff does not understand that a door can be partially open. So if she's ever at the hinge of a door, she panics because she thinks the door is shut, and she begins to meow. So that's what the cat meows were, because she thinks that she's locked in here. So she's coming to me for emotional support. What a cat. Okay, so, let's see
Emotional
here.
labor is not free.
So you'll recall that Oh my god, I can't believe this. Okay, so do you remember
the 25th day of September? Sorry, go on.
Bill, do you remember this very dainty walk animation that really
you can do it forever. You can do it for a mile.
Yeah. And you'll recall that we worked really hard in order to just be able to get, like, the cord for this thing?
Your Pocket Pal now has power. Now all you need is a place to use it.
Yeah, did we F up or something?
Well, no. But as it turns out, Sean Bouchard and I walked around for a while and discovered...
For a considerable amount of time.
For quite some time. We couldn't find anything. And, you'll remember, Bill, we just got the software. I gotta mute this shit. This is gonna make me insane. It's just it's two annoying songs playing at 50% in each ear. Like, it's so bad. Okay, so you'll recall that we needed to buy men's clothing which had shoes so that we could work at the Twitch Action hamburger store, so that we could afford women's clothing, so that we could impersonate the woman's identity, so we could get enough money to get the adapter, which then opened the software store to give us the King's Quest hint guide. And
this straight up just is wrong. This just straight up is read-only memories, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And so, when that happened, you'll recall the only store in which we were unable to do anything interactable, that was the arcade. Now, I would go on and I would talk about the arcade, except that Borsty has made a Bill Gernard. So I just want to...
Excuse me?
Yeah, let me go ahead and copy this image address and zoom in.
God.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you...
Good.
I present to you Bill Gernard.
Shit! Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
Wow, that's like something from Zork. Holy shit.
Wow. Yeah, no, this... I would expect this to be voice acted badly by an actor at the peak of their career. Wow, that's amazing. Wow, you can see the shared ancestry.
Yes, no, it's very true.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head, Bill. Bernards and Gernards. Okay, so we couldn't find anything to do in the arcade, so we went there, and guess what happened? A random event. I don't know why it keeps doing this. Look at this. This is crazy town. Okay, watch this. Here's what we had to do. Arcade around a room. Okay?
Oh yeah, this was a lot of fun. This was one of those classic adventure puzzles.
Yeah, okay, so
you really gotta learn the strategy.
Now, it's going to be hard to hear me because I'm talking over the arcade. I actually got to turn it down even more because I don't know how any human being can handle that. Okay, so we go into the arcade, and there's a ship. That right there is a ship that we can get into and punch in codes, and we have a password.
Used to escape.
That's another thing we found. We found another password to another dimension, which is actually to Space Quest 1. So here's the solution. Okay. Good lord. Okay, so I have to dodge, so I have to get out here. Now, if you go back in, you get shot and die.
I love this.
If you go...
Because do you see how there are two sides that are, like, separated?
We tried to do this.
Of the arcade?
Yeah.
Regardless of which side you go into, the bad guy is right there on that side. And he just fucking shoots you.
If you re-enter, you die. If you wait too long at this screen, they pop out and die. If you go too far, if I go one more screen, you die.
Yeah.
But, hold on. But, however, wait.
Walk on the treadmill.
However, wait, hold on. Hold on.
Just keep
hold
walking on that treadmill.
But you'll remember in Zero Gravity, in the Zero Gravity arena, you can go into it once you're a man. If you're dressed as a woman, you're not allowed in here because no girls allowed. So then, I actually have to dodge the lasers! I have to...
Oh, Jesus. Dodging a laser?
Yeah, see, I think I got hit.
It seems like you just keep getting shot.
Yeah, but...
You can go straight across to the other screen, but then you die. You automatically die.
You automatically die unless you go up, over, and then you'll actually see them floating in. There they are! You have no idea how long this took us just to figure out that this was the thing.
Yeah.
Because
it's... The whole thing's fucking insane.
Get... Oh, but if you're not fast enough, like I was right there, you die.
Maybe. Just sometimes happens.
Jesus.
And so this was the solution. No, I'm sure that's it. That's the solution. You just have to dodge the lasers and be quick enough. So being on lower CPU cycle, fantastissimo. It's chef kiss good.
But why are we doing that? What's that's the solution to?
Because in the arcade there's a spaceship.
Because if you go into the roller rink, the anti-gravity roller rink, all of the bad guys follow you there. Even though there are multiple entrances to it, they all come in directly behind you. And if you go up and then over and then down, then you can outrun them by then going around the outside of the roller rink.
Okay.
So right now I feel like it's 9 a.m.
Get
and
the
I just
fuck
arrived
in there.
at work.
Fuck. I started walking the wrong way and I died.
And I arrived at work, and you guys are the two engineers who have been working all night trying to figure something out, and you're just excitedly telling me these things that make no sense.
But remember, classes get stored on the heap in C#, and so that's why you have to go to the second layer of the zero gravity, so that way they can't converge on you. Okay, so
this is the worst code review.
Yeah, and so look, so I'm getting into ship, and see, look, this is we get in here, and this was the solution, right? So we have to remember this. We had to remember this, and it's great that I can gesture to it with my digital finger. We had to remember this number, this number, this number. We had to remember all these numbers.
Sean, in some ways, Sean, every finger is digital.
Yeah.
No?
Oh God! I'm so happy to see you, Bill. I really hope you had a great GDC.
Did have a great GDC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we go to King's Quest, not King's Quest. What am I talking about? Wait, I got.
Shit! Wouldn't that be a good game?
So I can't. Hold on, let me put my hand away and then fuck. Get that finger in there. So I'm stepping out because you can't do saves or loads in there. So the thing is that now I can restore and go to Space Quest 1. Look at this. This is where we wound up. Look at this. This looks like early 6th grade Sean Plott MS Paint.
Those aesthetics.
Oh, yeah.
This makes me want to explore, though. There's something about the, 4 to 6 color range that... it makes me wonder what's going on. Because they could have drawn anything. You're just... At this point, it's just as easy for them to draw, big crazy alien as anything else.
And so as far as I can tell, you do a long sequence of actions in... You do a long sequence of actions... Oh, do we... Oh, no, that... Oh, you're back. No, the game was really loud. It was loud. So once we do this, we literally... I think, Sean, we just got matches? Is that right? We just got some matches?
Yeah, that's literally all we did. We talked to some people, we knocked down some biker gang bikes, and then they shot at... No, they tried to run us over, and there was a whole bit where they,
You have to dodge out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, it was an odd mechanic.
So it was kind of an odd motorcycle mechanic.
It was an odd motorcycle mechanic where you're on the wrong side of the motorcycle, and yes, we did all of this, and all that we got out of it was a book of matches.
And now why do we need those? Remember back in Space Quest 12. You'll recall that this screen, do you recognize this one?
Oh, yeah.
And so we have to... We pour the jar of acid onto this. Mm-hmm. Finally, we use the jar of acid, which melts it. And part of this was cool. Most of it wasn't, because thinking about the nature of what an adventure game is. So we get into this screen, and you see how there's... You can see the lasers. You couldn't normally see those lasers, so what you had to do is you had to... Oops, let me hit play again. You have to smoke a cigar.
We don't have it anymore.
We don't have it.
Right.
That's what we needed the matches for. So we could smoke, so the dust would show up. And now this is actually pretty cool. See, there's this control panel here where you type in, like these numbers. What does 224 do? Enter.
Oh, it's
and that's
missed.
pretty cool. Yeah, and oh yeah, I really like this. And it turns out that this is, you type in a number and it's that many degrees that it rotates.
Oh.
So I mean, like it's one of those things.
But it's really hard to do when they're invisible, right? Like you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
We tried real hard.
We did a lot, yeah.
Yeah, and so after this, now this is the real nut puncher, okay? I'm going to save a dramatic reveal for you in a moment because I don't want you to see that yet. We got all the way there, right? We've been doing reflex dodging. We've been solving missed puzzles. We've been in Space Quest 1 to get our matches. We smoked so we could solve a puzzle. And finally we get to this, like, Omega Brain. It's the brain that's taken over the world in Space Quest 12. Oh, it seems that we finally have an identity to the arch nemesis, we're learning any information about what the fuck is happening. And so we're like, oh, hype, here we go. And there's a plug socket for the portable Pocket Pal that we found at the start of the game. Oh my god, we have it. And we get there, and you'll remember in the store that there were 12 possible sockets. We'd just chosen the wrong one, so we had to go all the way back to the mall. And so, when we got that, we went back to the mall, we swapped it, and we saved it, so that way we could say, hey, Bill, we didn't make any progress.
We are literally in the same place.
Wow. That's...
But we have gained and lost a smoking cigar.
Yeah.
And
we anti-gravitied.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Where we need to go.
That was the big reveal throughout that whole thing. Like, the smoke and mirrors was you guys telling me what you had done and how you had done it and all this stuff. But the real question, that like was sort of the horror dawning on everyone's minds was like, why have, if you've done all this, why aren't we any farther?
Oh shit! I went the wrong way. All right, good. Let's just start this off
what
with
the hell did you just do?
You did something that we weren't expecting. Oh, you broke it. You broke the game.
Oh shit!
Oh my god! Achievement unlocked! The game's like, we don't have any code for this. There's no code for this.
We're out of code.
This is error 10. There were 9 other errors. And this is the 10th one. Wow, this is a debug log right here. Look at this.
That's incredible.
Error 10. Like, that's how you know that either the code base is really well kept, because there's only a double-digit number of errors, so you just identify them, or this maybe isn't the best code base, because it's labeling the errors as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I have another possibility that I will tell you, Sean.
It just closes the game. Okay. All right, let me reopen it. Go ahead. Tell me the other possibility.
So, the other possibility, which comes to my mind because I have literally done it before, is there's only one error case. If the game crashes, then it pops up a message that says, we don't know why the game crashed. And the programmer said, this is going to look real weird if it says error number 1. Let me give it a number that's a little bit higher than 1.
Every error is error 10?
That's the only error. There's one error code, and it's error 10.
So, I guess we're going to go back to the arcade.
That's like error 2000. It's like Blues Brothers 2000.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh my god, that sneeze was really good. Oh god, that sneeze felt real good. Guys, I'd like to give a shout out to myself. Daylight savings happened, which is completely sadistic. This doesn't happen with any other unit of measurement. It's not like, oh, did you put in 2 cups? Remember, just use the 1 cup thing because we gained an extra cup. Like, it doesn't happen to anything.
Gained an extra cup.
6 months out
I'm
of
at my
the year.
daylight savings weight right now.
Yeah. Yeah, but I woke up at 6 and worked out anyways, so I am like falling asleep. So, I think it's down.
Do you think that Digital Finger would be a good software development company name?
Digital Finger?
Digital Finger.
Wait, no, I can remember this. So it was like... Oh shit, I didn't do it right. Hold on, I have to fill it all the way up. Don't
I do
mess
remember when in middle school, when I was in middle school in health class, and I learned about the concept of digital sex, I remember being extremely confused about that.
Wait, where did you go to school? And what? How old? Aren't we the same age? I thought at that point it was just AOL.
That's right.
Quad quark drives Rev to life.
In terms of what was digital?
Under the relations of the time
wait. Are you? I'm so confused.
Ah, yes.
And finally,
yes.
Is it? That's like when they're talking about manual sex, and it's like, well,
yes.
I don't know how to drive a stick.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It implies this sort of automatic sex, and you're like, what is that? What does that mean?
You just press with your left foot, and it just happens.
Press with your left foot. It's the pedal. Yeah.
It's not even the correct foot, but it just sounds funnier than the right foot.
Yeah. You know, some people drive that way. Digital sex. Yeah, you know, I guess they could have called... Oh wait, digits? Are digits called digits because you count on your fingers? What's the deal with that? Is that true?
I think that is. I think that is the common root.
Yeah, because like a digital signal is 1 and 0. It is or it isn't. So it's like on the finger or not on the finger, sort of digital.
It's on the finger or not. That's right. So, so then it's possible that, like, you know, the digital revolution, we could have just used the word manual instead. So it could have been like
the manual revolution.
Media.
Manual revolution. Yeah.
All this. I like to listen to manually downloaded music.
Yeah, exactly. Manually. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I kind of like the idea of like surfing the manual wave.
Surfing the manual wave. That's right. You know what, then, you guys? Instead of looking at the manual for an old video game, you might look at the digital.
Wow, that's right.
Yeah.
You look at the digital for a manual game.
Well, I'm sorry, I had it up, but it was removed by the Manual Millennium Copyright Act. It was
Millennium Copyright Act.
Approaching from your left.
Hey, what is this? This is a world of horrors.
This is Dollar Store H.R. Geiger that we're entering.
Geiger? I hardly counter.
Oh god, I'm so happy. Guys, Thursday, every Thursday, it's mostly Walking Thursdays. Or for those of you who are alliteratively inclined, it's Thostly Thawking Thursdays. Where we welcome to Thostly Thawking. Oh. Alright, so
Holy shit, what?
Security system level 3.
Level 2.
So I made a little HyperCard game one time that featured a console like this with a little map like that. And it was really fun. It was fun to make that. It's fun to make little maps like that.
Oh god, little maps. I want to make a game that just procedurally generates little maps. It's like a Metroidvania game, but you literally never see any platforming gameplay. You just navigate around a little map.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You don't move any faster, though. Because... What?
While you were busy staring blankly at your pocket
Whoa,
shit!
a droid snuck up behind you, tapped you on the shoulder. Zap, you're it!
I didn't save. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh god. No, and I can't. No, go the other way.
Good.
That's incredible.
Oh.
Wow.
Ba, 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 ba. Sorry, I was thostly talking.
I'm eating Girl Scout cookies. They were handed to me.
By a Girl Scout.
These are the original Girl Scout emblem style cookies.
Wait, what's the original Girl Scout emblem? Can you hold that one up? Is
it's
that...
Like, it's two
It's
girls?
women. Yeah, it's like women facing sideways with like big 70s hair.
Oh, because I thought it was like a butter knife and then a butter knife that had a bite taken out of it.
I mean...
Yes. Yeah. That is the Girl Scout symbol.
The various states of functioning and non-functioning butter knives.
Of edible butter knives, yeah.
God, I would love an edible butter knife. You can spread your butter, eat the buttered toast, eat the knife, man.
And you know, when I go to check my email, I just take a butter knife and I spread it all over, and then I've got butter emails. Topical. A digital game.
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the
Oh my god. I don't know if I've ever eaten anything that was labeled as edible. I've eaten things that are edible but not labeled as edible, such as bananas.
What about like edible cigarettes?
No,
yeah,
never had edible cigarettes.
What are we training kids to eat cigarettes?
Apparently the like edible cigarette in the I want to say like 80s or something was co-opted, or maybe earlier, like the 1920s, was co-opted by the cigarette industry as like a gateway. Like it was invented as an innocent candy, sort of.
Yeah.
Right.
But then it was promoted with like real cigarette brands.
They were like, guys, I think we can make this evil.
Yo, yeah, it's like Joe Camel edible cigarettes, and it was like candy cigarettes. That way you can graduate to like real man cigarettes, which are
so.
Which
here
are
in
cigarettes.
California, of course, we have recreational marijuana, which sounds as if you're gonna go honestly and play tennis with it, but. With those, as I understand it, there are kinds of marijuana that are edibles. So does that mean you just go and get a joint? It's made of sugar. You eat it.
Yeah, well, like a candy marijuana cigarette.
What's weird is that they don't call edible marijuana. They call it edibles.
Right.
So you just eat edibles.
You eat edibles.
Which tautologically speaking, yeah.
Right.
I also watch viewables. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why you've completely co-opted this one broad term.
Sometimes I like to sneak out behind my high school and smoke some inedibles.
Oh God.
I like that. That's good.
Edible cigarettes to inedible cigarettes. Oh,
That's
you're still at the stage where you eat them.
You're still at the stage where you eat them.
Oh, you young. All right. I'm gonna get in here. Inhalables. You know, I think that if edibles is a thing, are indelibles a thing?
Oh, indelibles.
Yeah.
If indelibles are a thing, are delibles a thing?
They'd have to be. I would imagine. Indelibles should just be Bic pens.
What does indelible even mean?
It's like unable to be changed. So the common phrase is indelible ink. So you just, indelibles.
Or just like printer paper is delible. Is extremely delible.
Oh, it's so delible. Oh my God! Have you seen that? Oh, the paper's so.
Indelibility, yeah. Vapables. So they're talking in chat, and they're talking about vapables.
I got the flu, and it was debilitating.
Smokable cigarettes and unsmokable vigarettes.
Okay, now here's the thing. I can only look for a moment.
Correct.
For a moment.
So I'm not sure what it is that we're trying to do in this moment. Is there like a security setting that we can change? Can we reduce the security level?
I feel like maybe this...
Can't use that here. Nothing happened.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so I need to go down to level 1, then like up to level 3. I mean, I assume I'm trying to get to Mother Brain.
Is the E an elevator?
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's either that or an energy.
Can we like maybe use the elevator?
How do I leave this screen?
You can't.
You can't. Yeah, press power. You gotta literally power down.
The screen.
Run!
I'm trying to get. I can't believe it's done this.
Does it persist?
And
like,
yet,
is it still following? I guess not.
That has a real vaginus back there.
Yeah.
That thing. Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. No, this is like Dollar Store HR Geiger, 100%.
Right.
So I think.
Yeah.
So I think I use this.
Oh, fist face.
What do you say?
Remember this poor wretched soul, for he is your son.
What?
What?
I don't know. I turned it up a little bit.
Oh, wait. Well, wait a minute. Here.
Okay, no, you'll remember in Space Quest 10, Latex Babes of Estros, there was a particularly, voluptuous woman who was angry with us. We saved her from a fish, and she forgave us and took us shopping, and we stole all of her money. But I assume that in the past, maybe we had a relationship, and it turns out maybe she had reared our child, who's now stuck in hover belts.
But what in hell is
failed
going
to
on?
mention it at any point.
And why did we not react at all to this news?
Also, good question. Excellent question.
I've only seen us 3 times. I don't know if we are a person.
Oh.
It's possible that Roger Wilco knew about this the whole time.
Oh. Yeah.
And we didn't. Like, the character was sort of like, oh yeah, my son.
It's so weird.
Okay, that...
Oh, I'm dead.
That dude's... Yeah, he's zapping up there. In a particularly zappity kind of way.
Oh, it's an elevator.
Yeah,
that's the elevator.
Correct.
Saved.
Holy shit, did it... What? How did that even happen?
I need to take a screenshot of this next part. That thing. Look at that. Look at what's going on there.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Alright, so I think I just need to avoid the robots.
Approaching from your left.
From your
hear
left.
a noise approaching from your left. Ah! Oh shit! Oh fuck!
Oh, like your left, not
Now
the left.
you knew he was coming.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Is this game kidding me? Okay, let me put my... I'm gonna put my matches away. There's just so much noise in this game.
I feel like we unlocked a whole new, like, set of functionality, and I have literally no idea what to do with it.
So what happens is
like,
we go down to level 1, we use that elevator to go up to level 3, which... Can we even get to level 2?
I don't... Well, aren't we on level 2?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
yeah,
we're on...
yeah.
An electronic.
Right?
God, for God's sake!
Level 2.
Run!
No, because then the stairs go down to level 1.
Yeah. So I wonder
Of course,
what
they don't
happens
show
if
the
I
stairs in this.
Stairs
walk
to
up
dark
this
territory.
You go up the other... Oh, shit! What the fuck?
Okay.
Now,
Okay, so I basically need to give him the runaround-a-roo.
Why didn't we get a, you hear beeping noises coming from directly behind you?
You heard it. It was...
You don't have any ear back there.
I just want points.
you hear an electronic hum.
Hum.
Take a good look, Roger.
Hover
Remember
belts!
this poor wretched soul, for he is your son.
For he is
You hear
yours.
an
Okay. Okay. That's a hell of a thing
Wa-
to learn
watch-
on my
watch this time.
PlayStation Vita.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh!
These little goddamn robots.
Fuck. Go.
Here it comes. It's coming right
Come
behind you.
You hear a humming noise from behind.
There is no escape from Vaginismus Majora.
Vasmismus Majora's Mask. On the N64. Yeah, I think that the beginning, middle, and end of that joke were all bad. I think literally
No,
it was just it was a
good.
flat
It was
line.
good.
It was the Kansas of jokes. It was flat as a pancake. Oh. Okay.
Holy shit! It's a whole different area.
Okay.
Holy shit, it's a whole different screen.
Okay.
A screen of possibilities.
What happened
This
to
directory disk can hold no more saved games.
Yeah.
That is a lie.
How would you spell that be-doo-doo discovery noise?
Be-da-do, I think.
Be-da-do, yeah, that's right.
What about be-do-doo? Be-do-do.
Be-do-do. Be-do-do.
Be-do-do.
Oh, that's
No,
good. That's pretty good.
I think it's be-da-doo.
Be-da-do.
Be-da-doo.
Be-da-do. Be-da-do.
Alright, so I see a conspicuously located numpad. No doubt the exact way that robots wished to operate interfaces in the future.
What is that thing on the left? Can I pose that question?
you know,
The
it's
like
kinda like
one-eyed
little,
squid monster?
I mean, one-eyed squid monster fits just as well as anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's
A
a
little less confusing than the spine cables on the floor.
I mean, this is literally Geiger. Like, this is the Geigerest
No, this is
thing I've ever seen.
extremely Geiger. Yeah, but very low rent Geiger. Like
That's right.
like
since we
all
can't
of
do-
the trappings of Geiger without any sort of cohesion. Okay, all right.
Cool. I bet this is something where you can't even really move.
So it's mostly a light.
He was coming.
Now you knew he was coming.
Okay, so
There's a campfire on your back.
how do we make decisions that let us move forward?
I don't know.
Yeah, like what? Maybe we should just restart the entire game again. Maybe we should just.
You know what? Okay, here I gotta. Here's the thing. So I recently watched part of a documentary because my fiance is super into documentaries and I'm super not. But I sometimes walk through the room while she's watching them.
Sure.
There was a documentary about AlphaGo and the tournament in which it beat the like best human Go player.
Yeah, Lisa Doll.
You guys remember that? Really very cool. Like how a good demonstration of how good we are at doing specialized AI. And then I was having a conversation last night about how bad we are at doing generalized AI.
Oh.
But new specialized AI challenge. Can we develop an AI that can play adventure games as well as a human player?
Yes, I think random chance.
random input? You think random
Okay, so I mean, like, typically the way a lot of learning algorithms work is you have a bunch of student brains that all play against each other in the game, and then you take, or they all play the game, maybe against each other, maybe it's a race to see who gets the highest score. You take the lowest half of the students, you discard them, you take the highest half, you mutate them, so they're slightly different copies, and then you run this again. So you're always taking the best and iterating on that. And I think that in an adventure game, what you would do is you would only ever put in random decision maker students. You would never mutate them. They would only behave randomly. Yeah. And I think that would be definitively better than any human player at adventure games.
No, that's good. I like that. I like that a lot.
I had a really interesting idea for something that machine learning could help you with, and that is fixing computer problems. Like if you have a technical issue on your computer, you just you use something like that lets you share your screen and share your mouse control and keyboard control, and you just log into this bot, give this bot the control over your computer, and it starts with just random input. Like people will be like, "Could you fix my monitor settings?" And it'll just fuck everything up. But over time, it'll start to learn it. And then I started thinking like maybe it could like learn some speedrunny glitches and shit. So it'll be like, "Hey, can you defragment my hard drive?" And it'll just like open and close a window 700 times in a second, and it'll just like, yeah,
and that anti-frags it, that refrags it.
Well, that bricks your hard drive, and then you have to get a new hard drive, and the new hard drive is not fragmented. So
yeah, exactly. It's oh man, the algorithm's fine. It's just the fitness. No, the algorithm's great, but the fitness function isn't good. And so she says. So I says to her, the algorithm's great. It's the fitness function that I can't get behind.
So it seems that maybe I don't have enough information, because what I have right now is, as always, a pocket full of nonsense.
So we need a 5-digit code? We're missing a 5-digit code?
It was like an N-digit code. There's a lot of digital possibilities.
All right, good. Well, that's all right.
Maybe you should go into the orange zone.
We got some
kind of orange zone. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Manual
orange
code.
zone.
The orange zone.
Zone l'orange.
Zone l'orange.
Zone l'orange.
All right, so I think
Bâton rouge.
Meow, meow. That's all I hear. I just hear Sheriff at the door freaking out. Meow, woo. Meow, woo. Oh, dude. Oh my god, dude. I was so tired today. I just like sat on my sofa, and I just realized how quiet the world is when you like are not on your phone or on social media or any of that stuff. It's so quiet. And as I was just sitting there looking at the ceiling, my mind was, I might be dead here.
Nope. That was a buzz coming from one of the other 3 directions, I guess.
If you come out the other side.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's where Fist Face was before.
Oh fuck. Oh, get me the fuck into the walk.
Shot at by lasers.
Laser balls.
But not very well. I mean, they're pretty bad.
Wait, it even referred to the fact that it took them 7 shots to kill.
Well, it took me also 7 different actions to be able to get there.
It's the rule of 7s.
The rule of 7s.
The string of light pulses toward the center structure.
But dude, I just sat there and Sheriff came down. And I knew Sheriff was coming because I just heard.
You hear an electronic hum.
Oh my god, it was so great. And like, I had this blanket, and I just lifted up the blanket because when she was a kitten, she used to love to just like get under blankets. So I lifted up, and she immediately just goes, and then she starts going like, she just like goes under the blanket. And so I just like leave the blanket down, and there's just this little like lump moving around, and it's so happy. Oh my god! Then I filmed it. I filmed her coming out, and I pet her, and that was like 20 minutes. And I was like, yeah, I don't need Twitter. I don't need social media. I got this cat.
Now you knew
what the
he was
fuck,
coming, didn't you?
God damn it!
All right, well. Actually,
this is like the dig. Except Worse.
All right, well, let me look at this map, because I actually do not know where there are locations to go to. Let me right-click my way.
I don't... Okay.
Smell the map.
I guess we did just discover 2 locations that we didn't know about before, so there could be
this
locations.
is a loop, and that's a thing, but, like... This
Okay, so there's the one thing, and there's the other thing.
It's the 2 circle locations, right? It's the circle
We've been
locations.
to those 2 things, yeah.
I mean, I'm about to die, and I don't care, because it's more difficult for me to just try to live and to reload.
Oh, you can see the... Oh, the guys.
I think I need to go up. I need to do something to my son. He's my son. I love my son.
That you have a son. I love how it's just like, now you now we're talking narrative weight here. Son,
yeah, exactly.
It's a creature you never knew existed.
Okay, talking about narrative weight, correct me if I'm wrong, but the driving narrative force for this game is that people from the future show up to inform you that there is a conflict that you are involved in. And then you spend the rest of the game trying to extricate yourself from the conflict that the people from the future told you there was.
I thought what happened was some guys fought, right? And then he throws you into a time warp bubble.
Well, they come back from the future and shoot at you because they don't like you at some point in the future because of presumably like an argument that you had, some sort of a conflict, some sort of a like interpersonal tension that is not explicitly explored in this game, but is implied to exist in the future, in some future game.
It's like we're experiencing the shadow of a narrative here.
Exactly.
Okay.
It is kind of an amazing technique to say, like, we want there to be conflict. We want there to be some sort of conflict. We want people shooting at each other. What is the fastest way to get to that that is narratively satisfying? Well, like, just have people start shooting at each other, and then when it comes up, like, why are they shooting at each other? Say that they have a good reason. Right?
It's basically Star Wars, isn't it?
Okay.
Is it?
I mean, it starts with people...
That's true, but then they explain what the hell is going on. In this...
Oh, right, yeah.
They sort of, in Act 5, say, like, oh, also, you have a son, and they're torturing him because they don't like you.
Yeah, that's right. Because you found that out because you got your pocket pal out.
I'm in a strange room inside the supercomputer.
Yeah.
Scary eyeball-looking things stare at me.
Scary eyeballs.
Oh.
And super
okay, great. I'm in the strange room inside the supercomputer. Scary eyeball-looking things stare at me. Biomechanical bones liven up the area nicely. How do I get the door open? Since that one didn't work, try 69, 65, 84, 76, 69. All right.
Nice.
We always start and end with a 69, and in between we 65, which is bad for the back. We 84'd because one of us was a chair and the other was a snowman. And then we 76 because one of us was not into it. Yeah, no, it's...
That's right.
All right.
And we 86.
Yeah, and then we 86.
Meanwhile, your cursor turned into a Hitachi magic wand.
I'm pretty sure that 76, one person is asleep when that happens.
Yeah, no, just out cold. All right, so it's 69, and then it's 65, and then
65.
it's
84,
and then it's 76, and then it's 69. Thanks to our mnemonics. That's stupid.
The green room!
Alright, I'm ready to go in. Be-da-doo!
Unbelievably fucking stupid. I can't believe that in a game...
There's a toilet.
In a game where time travel is a conceit and is used as an essential, like, plot structure... The mechanism by which they give you information that you're not supposed to have is not even time travel. It's just the hint book. Like, it's not even like in the future somebody wrote down the narrative of what you were going to do. It's an entirely different fourth wall breaking conceit that they inserted for no particular reason.
All right, so this is King's Quest 43, Space Quest 4, Leisure. Why can't I speak?
Lizard.
Laser Sleuth Larry.
Laser Sleuth Larry. I would play Laser Sleuth Larry.
All right, let me
Laser
lose.
Sleuth
Probably
Larry.
represents some tertiary function of the supercomputer brain. Certainly nothing important. You've seen this mystic rune somewhere else. Yeah, this looks like toilet material. Looks rather like a security droid of some sort.
Oh.
This is your brain. Had this been a real brain, you would have known how to use it.
Throw away the security droid.
It's not. It doesn't even finish the joke. It just sets up a bad '90s reference joke and then doesn't even finish it.
Yeah.
You flushed him.
Holy shit!
I wonder what happens if you. Oh boy.
You know, I bet you if you flush Space Quest 4, you immediately lose.
I bet that's the case.
God, I hope so. Whoops! You've done something unexpected. Error code 10.
It closes
Yes!
again.
Oh my fucking god! Please have uninstalled the game. Please have uninstalled the game from your computer.
No, it's still there. Okay.
That's incredible.
I mean, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Be-da-doo.
Pretty good.
What do you think happens if I just chuck the brain away?
I mean, I think you maybe win the game. Do-do-do.
You can't
You
do
did
that.
it.
I mean...
Wait a minute. So this is a supercomputer that is running. Well, look at all those gigs. So this is a supercomputer that's running all the Space Quest games?
No, just the Space Quest game that we're currently playing.
Oh.
This
You
is
can't do that.
Elon Musk's fucking Matrix theory, right? Space Quest
Did I-
4 is actually a simulation being run by a supercomputer in Space Quest 12.
Oh, fuck! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Walk!
Time to format. Why does that matter?
You're gonna get formatted, bruh.
This is till the reboot of the brain.
So, do you gotta get out of this time?
No, I think I have to. I need to save my son.
You just think you need to
Will. Will.
I literally forgot about your son.
You gotta save your sweet Charlies.
I messed up. I think I'm taking the longest possible route to get there.
That's good.
Will.
Space trumpets.
It's a good thing we turned the clock speed down, because
Yeah.
I'm guessing this would go real fast.
Dude, we should be able to beat this game today. This feels like a climactic sequence.
It does. It does feel like that.
I love that it renders me on top of the time to format text.
Did it? I missed that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how do you... Oh, okay.
Give me back
the-
my boy, Will!
Platform still works.
What?
What?
Hello again, Roger. It's
What's
me,
happening?
your old friend, Sludge Volhall.
Sludge Volva?
Borrowing your son's body.
This is Volhall's revenge,
I had to
remember?
remove him first to make room for my mental self. His is on this disc. Say,
Why did you put it on a
it's
disc?
enjoyable to be in a young, healthy body, even if it's from your bloodline. In fact, I like it so much, I think I'll keep it. I
No.
guess we'll have no use for this anymore.
No!
Don't do that. Not my son.
Now it's time to settle things, once and for all. You'd better be careful, though. Keep this in mind. If I die while in this body, that disc will be useless. Your son will never draw another breath. And if you don't defend yourself, you will never live to buff another helmet. Come
Think
on,
about all
how many
that.
you've got, mop jockey.
Mop jockey's pretty good.
So, anyway,
It says,
think about this for
Think
a
about
little
that,
while. Think about
Wait,
this, you dummy. If you,
I can't
What are you
do
doing?
anything!
you're kind of just like leaning.
you're doing
over.
a 76.
I can't do anything! I can't... I can't... Wait, I don't even have any... Oh.
Ah!
Okay, alright. That was like this sort of a wrestle thing? I mean, it's weird. Oh, okay. Well,
I guess I can just click on him and that's it. Alright, I don't know what the hell's happening.
what the heck?
It literally seized all control from me for a moment there.
Wrestle your brain dead boy.
Is that the best ever, Mister? All this
I mean, this is
space
super
hero
weird.
nonsense must be getting to you. You're getting old, Roger. I, on the other hand, enjoying the physical joys of youth.
Oh. Okay, alright, good.
We're
Oh
glad
my
you could
God.
play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pet load.
Amazing. Amazing.
That's incredible.
Alright, I gotta hit my save more, man. I'm just like, walk the ladder. He's like, okay. Dude, this is how modern games need to work. Like, you hit the fire gun in GTA, you just shoot yourself in the head, and it's like, you didn't tell me where to aim. Alright, walk. Walk.
Wait.
I have more time because I didn't delete Leisure Suit Larry in King's Quest 4.
Yeah.
1000 or whatever it was.
What?
Yum 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 yum.
Game, man.
Alright.
Just think about this, you dummy. If you injure me, then you won't have any more use for that disc at all.
Just creates this really complicated thing, like, if you injure me, then you won't have any use for that disc because the body will be dead, but there's a time limit, so we better fight and wrestle here up on top because you know you want to take me out, but you can't because I'm your son.
It's a very complicated situation you find yourself in, sir.
When
look
I
at that.
took over
I'm
your
on
son's
top of the
body,
reformer.
I put his brain on a disc just in case.
Dude, it's
Just
so
in
loud. I'm
case.
turning it down again.
Just in case, you know.
He's not a murdler.
Murdler. I've now been murdered. I've been murdered. He's a serial murderer. A serial murderer.
The open secret of the world is that if you put an L before any kind of ER at the end of a word, it gets better. Bedler.
Yeah, it's Bedler. Bedler,
It's
hold on.
Bedler.
I'm gonna save it. Holy jet lag. You know what? I like Sheriff a lot. It's my woo time.
You know what the other thing that would have been real cool is if you had deleted King's Quest 12 or whatever, 2043, whatever it was, and freed up all of that memory, and then you got bonus save slots because you freed up that.
That'd be pretty tight.
Is that what he normally looks like, or?
Yeah, no,
he
he
have sort of saucer eyes because he's been invaded by a evil brain.
He goes to a lot of EDM shows. He's just a little.
He doesn't space out his rolls. Oh, bested!
Charge! Oh shit! I need to click again.
You want to try not to get fucked up.
I don't understand how this works.
He's just sort of squatting?
I just click when he's nearby. I click on him once, and then I click when we're nearby.
Click
I messed
when
up.
he's nearby. Okay.
Never mind. I'm perfect.
Well, no, I mean, you did it, though. Why did that happen?
Because it had to, Sean. It was a fixed point in time.
Right, of course.
Alright.
Territory.
Who's ready to go down?
Let's go down. Let's do it.
Go down.
It's taking me quite a while to save.
Climby, climby, climby.
Okay. Doing a very good climb job. Oh, we didn't have time to paint that background.
Yeah.
I mean, presumably you got the disc? Yeah, okay.
Wait, there wasn't a screen down there?
There was no screen down there. Disc.
It is the brain's control panel.
Disk upload, beam download. Roger, Junior.
Mess with it.
Upload or download? That's the question.
No. There's no disc in there. You got inventory. Fuck.
Beam already contains program. Okay, beam.
Keep your hand.
You need these arrows.
Disc download. Now you're gonna overwrite the disc. Yeah. Now go back to Roger and beam upload.
There's no program in the beam.
Disc upload?
Disk write protected.
How can there be no program on the disk if it's write protected? It had a program on it.
You can open the write protection on the disk. Just look in the.
I don't know what I did. I started hitting buttons, man.
What the fuck do upload and download mean?
Well, that's just great. Now Bohal's on the loose again, disguised as your son.
Your son.
Your son.
So if the disk is write protected, the way that you unwrite protect a floppy disk is there's a switch on it.
Yeah, you gotta move the little thing.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah. Like floppy disks have a little write protection disk on, switch on it.
It's better than if Vohal had escaped and was disguised as the son. Like that would be even worse.
On the diskette reads, Roger Jr., Brain Tools, Stunt Flyer. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't. It would serve no purpose.
Alright, so fight. So now I've uploaded Roger Jr. So now I have to upload what's in the beam. So now I have to...
So...
Is that it?
Did that work?
So it's my son.
Follow me. There are many things we need to talk about.
Oh shit, what happened to your hair?
Hello.
No, that's the son.
I am your son.
Is it true?
I'm so...
You must be very confused.
Were Volhal's words true? Are you really my son? You do look a little like me, though not as good looking.
What do you mean, not as good looking? I'm 10 times... Wait. What am I saying? This is no way to start. Yes, what Volhal said is true. I have many things to tell you, Dad. I should start at the beginning. I was born 19 years ago on Xenon. It's always been my home. The Xenon of today, at least up until recently, had made great strides in managing our planet's resources.
But aren't
That
we
included
far in
water,
the future?
minerals, even the talent of our population. We enjoyed peace for so many years, we took it for granted.
I can hardly hear the voice acting or the
creation
music.
of the first super biomech computer was the biggest success story in our history.
All of the
When the
backstory
Volhal
comes at the
virus
very
was
end?
introduced and began to control the computer, a state of total chaos was created. We were unprepared for what followed as Volhal turned our technology against us. The population was quickly decimated. Some of us stayed and tried to fight, some were captured, and some fled the planet. When it seemed there was no hope, we thought of one last long-shot effort. That was to find the only person in history ever to defeat Volhal. We had to go back in time to find that person.
Okay.
You. We got there just in time.
You
But
had to
you-
go back in time to get me.
You were traveling
Why
in
wasn't I
time.
available in this time? What happened to me? I don't understand.
I'm sorry. There are some things I wish I could tell you, but can't. I know that's not what you want to hear. Believe me, I just can't.
Especially not at the end of the
Hey,
game.
if you're my son, who's your mother? My wife? Where is she? Who is she?
You sure ask a lot of questions for a janitor.
What?
Fuck you, Dad. I mean, like, honestly, he just needs to know who the guy's... Whoa!
Okay.
What?
This is my mother and your wife. Her name was Beatrice Wankmeister. She was quite beautiful, wasn't she?
Why do you have
quite
that
beautiful.
on, like, a
What are you
hockey
saying?
puck?
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Please, I can't tell you anymore.
So, now, if
I
your
don't
son
believe all
I
this.
think-
hadn't...
I'm so confused.
So,
It doesn't matter now. I have to send you back where I found you so that history will properly reflect the events which brought us to this place in time.
if he...
You don't remember much.
If you
It
don't-
seemed like it was a weird, fuzzy dream.
He has to
I
conceive
must
him.
get back to the task. of
Why on earth
contacting
would
all
any
the
of that
surviving
be
citizens
true?
Of our planet. We have a huge task ahead of us. Rebuilding our city and our lives will not be easy, but we will do it. Once more, I have to ask you to enter the time ring.
Oh my god.
It will return you to Magmetheus in the Space Quest 4 era. Please, go now. It's time.
What in the world? What in the world?
And the execs played this and said, well, we better green light Space Quest 5.
I'm glad I got to see you, even if only for a few minutes.
Even
You
if
know
only
a
in,
lot.
in your farthest future. I'll never know you. Oh, shit! Oh my god! Fuck! Oh god! So there you go.
Yeah.
So many unanswered questions.
You're fucking kidding.
Most interesting for Roger, if he can stay out of trouble long enough to reach it. We're glad you could help Roger get through it all. Thank you for playing Space Quest 4.
It's done, and as always, I love that old games start with the programmers.
That's a lot of programmers.
That's a lot of programmers. That's a
That's a
lot
lot
of
of
artists. Wow. Well, I mean, they were churning these puppies out on a pretty regular clip, yeah.
No, that's
Susie
true.
Living
That's true.
good. Oh, Max Deerdorf is pulling double duty as an artist and a programmer.
Do you think the crows are related? Like,
You gotta be.
Oh my god, what if you were a musician named Orpheus Hanley?
God, that would be awesome.
it'd be pretty good. I think if your parents named you Orpheus, then you're contractually required to become a musician.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dude, the thing is that, like, the artists, like, half of them were female. And
additional material.
Then there has been only dudes.
Yeah.
And I wonder if there was, like, that script being written. It's just like, what's her wife's name? I don't know, Beatrice Wankmeister. Alright, we gotta ship it tomorrow. That's the best we got.
Okay. Alright.
Jane Jensen did a voice in Maybach.
The fourth person is Monochrome Boy.
Monochrome Boy. The pickle. The lettuce.
The permabot.
More
Didn't we
programmers.
just see these programmers? No, we literally just saw these programmers. We're gonna
He
see the
just
same list of
starts
artists
over.
again?
It's a
Yeah,
looping
back to
credit.
Is it looping credits? It's looping credits!
Yeah!
Dude, look, we got Jane and Desi, and Susie and Cheryl and Dana and Karen.
Incredible.
Oh my god, it's looping. We're stuck in a time loop of self-congratulatory bullshit.
Why
Oh
would
my god.
Because
Pretty soon
I don't
we're gonna
know.
get back to additional materials.
I can't wait to see who did additional materials.
So, I mean, just couldn't figure out how to end the game. I mean, this is definitely a solution.
Hey, let's play Where's Waldo. But Where's Waldo is where are the writers listed? Who wrote the story?
That's the
I see-
material, Sean.
I see the voices. Now, who wrote the dialogue for these voices? Because Sequel Police 1, Sequel Police 2, the pickle, the lettuce, the perma buns, the mayonnaise, the ketchup. This is a weird sounding cast.
Is that part of the burger game that I didn't see?
Yeah, you can talk to the pickles and the lettuce.
Okay, alright.
So here's the programmers. Alright, so people made the game run. And then there were about as many people made the game look pretty.
Right.
Now, as to who was in charge, as to who designed this, as to who wrote this game.
What was the production team? Who,
Well, basically, these are the music and sound effects.
maybe we're looking at this the wrong way. Maybe it is purely
Maybe it's system
miraculous that this
development.
game actually got made.
Yeah,
maybe
it's like
maybe it's like. I mean, maybe all of those programmers were just like living in their own homes, writing their own code, and then
Yeah,
the
I mean,
additional material was like somebody went and got all of that code and put it into a single file and it ran.
yeah. Oh my God, maybe
that could be.
maybe Sierra was actually John Conway's Game of Life for game development, where if there's 3 adjacent cells with different skill sets, in the next generation, that surrounded cell will become a space quest. And so they let it run for 6 generations, and then they went, oh, it just dies off, huh? Well...
Okay, good.
Hmm.
So we're still in Space Quest. Oh no, we're in Space Quest 4. Yeah.
Roger Wilco and the Time Rippers.
Because you spent very little time in Space Quest 4, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was
I don't
wondering if
know
we're
if
gonna
this
get more
counts.
Space Quest 4 in a different game.
I don't know if it counts as beating the game, because we actually did very little of it. We mostly beat other games.
Yeah, I mean, we did. This
was awesome. This was the canonical game that is an adventure game. If anyone says what encapsulates everything that is an adventure game, I've had a real treat with this one because I think that I remember the entire game. Because each week, one of you was gone, so I had to explain a progress up to that point in order to get there. So this one's like cemented in my mind.
Right.
And
no, it's true.
Let's do a brief recap. We don't want to go through everything, but someone's after you, you don't know who, and some guy's like, Roger, get into the time warp. You get into the time warp, and we're in a desert area where we collect such things as a pocket pal, a jar of slime. We see that there's a zombie man that calls a robot. There's no zombie kill you animation. It just beckons the robot. There's the robot.
Also, there are no zombies anywhere else in the game.
In the entire game.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
From there, we spent about a day there, and we were able to exit to the sort of main brain area. At which point, we had to get into the time pod and explore different dimensions. We discovered Space Quest 3 where you die immediately. We couldn't really find anything else. And then Bill and I stumbled upon the Latex Babes of Estros, which is a completely empty world devoid of all action until a pterodactyl arrives, picking us up, putting us into a bird basket with precisely a bird basket with precisely half the essential code to Space Quest 1. We find out that we have an X. We fend off the fish monster, which interrupted our leg shaving. So we get rewarded by going to the mall, where we go through a sequence of buying the proper clothes to be able to commit fraud and steal money so we can get a plug that we don't know that we need yet to be able to get back to the final supercomputer. After a whole bunch of incredibly difficult timing and pacing, dodging lasers and zero-gravity puzzle, we get into the spaceship that spawned incidentally with seemingly no trigger in the arcade where the police showed up. We go back to Space Quest 1 so we can get the matches to be able to smoke in the room we open with the jar of acid finally. And the smoking revealed the lasers that if we lined up, we can get into the supercomputer to find out we don't have the right plug. We go back and get the plug. We come back, dodge some robots, delete the brain long enough to find out that we have a son and he's trapped, and Vorhal, who we hate, is in our son's body and he's thrown our son over the ledge, and we tickle fight until he becomes absorbed into a beam of disabling, and then we plug our son back in, who then tells us something that was muffled. I don't know. It was really loud at the time. I couldn't hear very well.
He told us that he couldn't tell us anything.
Yeah, he did say a lot.
And
of
he
that.
pulled a circular puck out of his pocket and showed us a buxom picture of his mother.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's maybe like a little nod to people, like, hey, you might be feeling lonely, but don't worry, you can always date your good old wife, Beatrice Wankmeister.
Was that her name?
Yeah, it was Beatrice Wankmeister. That was about all that I gleaned. And then what the game...
Seriously? That was literally the name?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look this up. This has to be in a Space Quest wiki.
Yeah, hold on.
Is this Roger, a made-up person?
Roger Wilco's wife. What's the name of Roger Wilco's wife?
Meister.
Yeah, Beatrice Creekworm Wankmeister.
Wait, excuse me?
Beatrice Creekworm Wankmeister. Profession, she's the StarCon ambassador. She's mentioned in Space Quest 4 and 5. Her name is Beatrice Creekworm Wankmeister.
I mean...
That's a name. That is so funny. Oh my god, Beatrice Creekworm Wankmeister. And that ridiculous name was not something that some children said to each other over lunch, chuckled, and went back to school. That's a name that is in Space Quest 4 and 5. After the initial trilogy. Oh my god.
Someone made a magic card of her. She's 2 white and 1 colorless, mounted a cast, summon ambassador. Tap. Target creature may not attack this turn. It's 2/2.
That's just a fine card.
That's it.
It's
yeah,
fine. Should summon ambassador? Shouldn't it be a legend or something?
I mean, and that's the game. That's like literally the game.
That's it. So, my question remains: what would have happened if we hadn't stumbled upon the code to go to the different dimension? You hadn't tried like
good question.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, here's the thing, though, Bill. You missed it because Sean was walking me through the game and typed in that code, and it didn't do anything. Here's my suspicion is that like you got to type in 6 different codes, and then the 6th one will take you there.
What?
Well, okay.
That's my guess.
What someone told me after I didn't understand why it was Busto is that apparently the code for where you need to go is in the manual as copyright protection. So what GOG did when they released the game on GOG.com, which is where I bought it, and you should all use GOG because it's amazing. That's actually where I buy pretty much at least half the games that we've done on this show. But, you pay a few bucks, you get the game. They change it so that if you type in a few codes randomly, you eventually get teleported, like after 3 or 4 tries. So that way no one can get copyright locked. But of course, if you're playing this game, you're already some sort of weird, demented masochist, so...
Right. Right. So that was not... That's fascinating, actually. That wasn't like an original development team design choice, but it does kind of feel like it's exactly in line with the original development team's design choices.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You just
Hi.
Why not? That's what's fun, right? Just making it up as we go along here.
Oh my god. Purified says, so what's the deal with the hint book? The hint book gave us 2 puzzle solutions. It was primarily jokes, but one of them provided half the coordinates to Space Quest 1 where we needed to get the matches. This is so stupid. Like, if you trace...
And another one was the code to the end of the game.
Yeah. So, like if we actually just look at, like, a map of this, so here's how Space Quest 12 works. You get teleported there, you collect some garbage, and then you get up to the main computer brain, and there's security guards going, gar-rock, gar-rock, how stupid I said each other, buck, buck, burr, gar-rock. Eventually, when you revisit it, just no one's spawning anymore. That's it. Eventually, they're just not spawning anymore. So you have to keep going into other areas, for the most part, just to buy time for them to go away. You also need something that can generate smoke and a plug for your portable pocket pal. So that's what Estros in the mall was. The mall just got us the cord.
Yeah, right, exactly. You had to do a lot of complicated stuff to get the cord. And then Space Quest 1 was, you didn't have to do any complicated stuff to get a book of matches. Space Quest 1 is the only spot in all of time where you can get a book of matches.
Yeah, matches don't exist anymore.
It's so complicated to get matches in other places that it's less complicated just to go to Space Quest 1.
I guess that's true. We didn't have to do a lot of complicated puzzles in Space Quest 1. Like, if we had gone to Space Quest 2 to try to get matches, we probably would have had to cross-dress at some point.
Basically.
Man, this was a game. We didn't have a character. We had collections of items that we were just trying to figure out how to find the next thing to be able to interact with. And at the end of a long daisy chain of just figuring out some way to cause, anything to happen, we discover that we have the cigarette to show the lasers. Like, that was the chain. It's like, I guess it's good, right? Like, why do we need to go to King's Quest 1 to get the matches? I don't know. We went to King's Quest 1 because we could, and being able to do that was satisfying. And, like, it's the complete backwards of how almost all games work. Almost all games say, this is your goal. Try to do that. There's obstacles. They tell you your goal. or at least imply the goal. Like, my favorite implied goal example is Mario. You go right. That's right. Mario, man. Just go right, man. Except in Mario Odyssey, it's like moons. You want moons. They're everywhere. There's like 1,000 moons. Yay! And this game, I just never knew what the goal was. And there's no characterization, except it's just sort of like, I feel like it's kind of like when I was really shitty at cooking, that I would just literally put the meat on the skillet until I knew it wouldn't kill me, and then I would just lather it with A1 steak sauce, right? Like, that's the story, is you just jam some of that on there. Cool. Oh, hope it all goes down well.
Yeah, I mean, this game didn't kill us, wouldn't kill any of us, and at the end, they gave us 6.5 minutes of narrative, which is all of the narrative that you could really ask for. I mean, I'm not sure what the problem is. It had a game and also a narrative.
Yeah, it did. It was delivered. The narrative was delivered.
The narrative was delivered.
It was provided. It feels like that narrative was like when you order a package on Amazon, forget, and someone's like, ding dong, this is for you. And you're like, did I order this? And they're like, no, you wanted this. And you're like, oh, okay, I guess I wanted it. That was the story. It's like, oh, I guess.
Remember this poor soul? No.
Okay, run the thought experiment with me. Like, what if that whole sequence... I mean, fuck, let's just do this.
Let's do it!
The 6.5 minutes at the end, the like, non-interactive cutscene where your son tells you that any of this has a point.
In total, in perfect profile.
In perfect profile. Put that at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
First 6.5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And then the whole rest of the game is a flashback to it actually happening.
Yeah, and that makes sense because it's like you get to the future and Vorhal's like, tell him that we have his son. And you go, whoa, I'm in the future? I have a son? What happened? And then you teleport through time to find out that you have an estranged babe on Estros. And that, like, you maybe learn the history of with the stuff that happened, but I mean, like, literally, it was...
Right, because then that's the bomb under the table, right? Is that, like, you have that whole conversation with the estranged babe on Estros, and you're like, is this my son's mom? Has that already happened? Is it going to happen? And then you get to the end... Imagine this. Imagine if you got to the end and the guy was like, dramatic reveal, I'm actually the bad guy and I kidnapped your son and brought you through time. And you're like, yeah, I know. Like, he came back in time and told me all of this.
Yeah.
Like, that would be pretty good.
That's good writing. See, this is why
they should have had a writer.
This is why we shouldn't play these games. Yeah, we shouldn't play games like that.
Oh, Bill, you're so wrong, Bill. This is exactly why I cherish these games. I was talking to.
That's why we walk. That's why we walk, gentlemen.
There's my pen. No, I was talking to Eric about this. That like, I enjoy really good media, and I enjoy really bad media. Like, reading something that I think sucks, I will enjoy reading the sucky thing. I enjoy it.
Right.
This was not... I would describe this game as, like, not as good as, like, Dark Souls. I didn't think the story was as compelling as, like, the first BioShock.
Okay.
But this game provided a unique enjoyment that I have not felt in many a title.
The old Sierra Madre.
So good.
Yeah. No, I'm down with that.
Well, since we have 20 more minutes for our regularly scheduled thing, we'll just kind of wrap early today. And before we wrap early, what game should we be playing next? Probably a newer one. We've been receiving some recommendations.
Oh, that's fine. Last week, Sean, you and I talked about Police Quest.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's exactly Police Quest 4.
You want to do that?
Right?
Yeah, Police Quest 4.
Oh, why?
Right.
Why the 4? Why? I never.
Ow,
this is a
Sheriff.
good general question. Why? How do we choose which in a series?
Oh well, Sean has an entire story about this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna snuggle this little princess.
Yeah, you do that. So, Bill, I'll send you a link to the Waypoint article on Police Quest 4 that I read a couple of weeks ago. Police Quest 4 was they were, it's the 4th in the series. The series was, I think, fairly successful, but they needed to like jazz it up, and the leadership at Sierra sort of came up with a great idea for how to jazz up their sort of declining Police Quest series, and that was to hire the guy who was the police commissioner in Los Angeles during the Rodney King riots.
Yeah, right.
What?
Right? It's just too much.
And what? And then what?
And they made him the writer or lead designer. I mean, I don't know that he wasn't a game designer, so I think he just consulted for the most part.
No,
but
he was the director. They handed the series over to him.
Yeah, he had creative control, and I'm sure that like he had people who were doing the actual like design work, but he shaped the vision for the new Police Quest, and it's a nightmare. Apparently, it is a fucking nightmare. And I'm really curious to play it. It's part of what I think is going to be really entertaining, that we're going to really enjoy, is that apparently there is a kind of adventure game style overarching plot where there's like murders, or there's big crime some sort. You got to investigate, figure out who done it, like bring order and peace to the city. But also, if you ever violate any technicality of the law, you immediately die. So, like, if you cross the street not at a crosswalk, then you immediately die.
Like, wait, you die?
Well, the game ends. It's game over. Do not jaywalk. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You're dead.
Oh, I thought you meant like you jaywalk and like a bullet flies through your head.
Well, I don't know that a bullet flies through your head. Like, you might get hit by a car. I don't know exactly how it's executed.
This is great.
I just understand that, like,
don't know how it's executed.
There's a contrast between the sort of like bizarre adventure game narrative arc and puzzle structure, and then you are also required to sort of know the bylaws and adhere to them perfectly, and both of those involve copious like potential end of game scenarios.
That's amazing.
I want to look this up because, like, okay, so there's Police Quest Collection.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, where's description? Contains Police Quest In Pursuit of the Death Angel, Police Quest 2 The Vengeance, Police Quest 3 The Kindred, and Police Quest Open Season. I think Open Season
that's 4. Yeah.
Open Season.
All right, let me add this to cart.
Wait, well, it's a Police Quest Open Season. What an incredible title for anything.
That is a pretty incredible title. That's true. Wow.
All right, let me make sure I don't just reveal my why.
Oh my god, it's FMV-esque. Sort of.
Wait, do I already own it? Library Windows. Do I own? I think I may have bought. Oh my god, I own it. Oh shit, I own a lot of stuff on GOG. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dude, I bought Bad Mojo.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Bad Mojo?
I don't know Bad Mojo. What's Bad Mojo?
It's a story where you play as a character that gets turned into a cockroach, and you have to navigate as a cockroach.
Oh, wow. Bad Mojo, yeah. I remember, like,
let me see if I can get this thing open and just show it. Hold on, I can't. I can't wait. Sorry.
Like your audio dropped out, Sean. There was something extremely loud and
Yeah, no, sorry. Everything really. I'm sorry about your ears, man. I tried to see if I could open it windowed, and it was just like. It was so loud. Oh, it was loud. I want to see maybe if I can get a YouTube video of this thing, because this game's weird. YouTube. Bad Mojo. Redux. Alright, let me see if we can. Is this. Alright, it's
oh my god.
Playing an
East
advertisement.
Quest 4 looks incredible.
Dude, I really cannot wait for this. Alright, where's just Bad Mojo intro? It was one of these games that just has like the weirdest opening intro. Let me see if we can get this. Yeah, is this... Yeah.
All my life, I've felt helpless, cheated, stepped on. I was always the little man, the square peg, the forgotten one. But that night,
is there audio? Skype is
everything was gonna change.
Oh wait, you're not getting any audio?
I'm getting no audio.
Oh, that's right, because the filtering thing. Well, whatever. You guys can look up Bad Mojo Redux on your own time.
That's fine.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, cool, dude. We're gonna play Police Quest Open Seasons, not Monday,
correct?
Not Thursday, not next week. We're never doing Mostly Walking on Monday ever again. On Thursday, the
date. It's a date in March. It's gonna be the 29th.
It could be the 29th. I don't know if I think I'm free then. I think I am. I might be going out of town then.
Wait, the 29th would be 17 days from now.
Yeah, it's not next week, and then it's not Monday. It's 3 days after Monday.
I see. 14. Right.
14 plus 3.
17 days.
Can't believe it's done this. Can't believe it's done this. Well, okay, so Sean, you're Bill, are you doing anything Thursday next week for GDC?
I'm
doing a few things in the evenings. GDC
I don't know yet, actually.
I mean, if I can move around one of my things next week in the evening, we might be able to do it next week, which is so sad.
It's possible.
But we'll see. Until then, guys, I'm leaving because I'm falling asleep. Good night. Good night.
Yeah,
We're just going to the intro. Just good night. You're great. Thanks for watching us. Good night. This is the greatest show on the internet. Woo! We did it. We got through the show. God, we did Police Quest. Oh, no, we didn't. We did Space Quest. Happy Daylight Savings, guys. Remember, whatever time you think it is, you feel awful.